Keep getting that shit again.
I don't gotta shoot, I got shooters. I know I'm cooler than the cooler. I know this way you keep your alcohol. I know that I'm about to ball. All of my niggas is savages. Clean up the bone like some scavengers. I know that them fly, I got passengers. I love Jesus Christ and Bible passages. My girl so fly, she have a Merlin. She love the match still like Merlin. And the boss like a Irvin. Should've kept it clean like this detergent. Shit, I done let the cat up out the bag. I get nigga and let the dick out the sack. Let it breathe, get some air. Baby, please, I'm already there. Decadent creamery everywhere. I represent me, it's a love affair. Smelling the trees, it's a buzzer here. Can't be down with the team if you unprepared. Hey, this is my style. I do it to get some attention. Hey, the crowd got me wild, so I guess I'ma keep on spitting. Nigga, I borrowed your style, but you won't get no honorable mention. I'm rocking it better than you. I'm making retire no pension. I just get the bread at the food. Apply sandwich spread and make it smooth. My movement gon' move, that's the move. The only option not to lose. Hey, never been scared, you ain't prepared. I ain't sorry. Your breezy clearly walked the ass over here. I ain't sorry. Maggots, you think I ran out with your beer? I ain't sorry. You tripping cause you think I stole your career? I ain't sorry. Hey, you ain't feeling me, no apologies. I ain't sorry. Hey, sorry not sorry. Hey, I ain't sorry.
I don't even feel that bad. I ain't sorry. The fuck around my ass. I ain't sorry. Hey, welcome to another episode of Coffee and Bong Hits with Jessie. I am one of these three things. I'm either the coffee, the bong hit, or the Jessie. Right, look, I don't even got a real shirt on. I don't even got a real shirt on today. My hair's not brushed. I ran. Dun, 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 dun. I just ran as fast as I could to make sure that I got here at 10 o'clock. And by the time I pushed everything, it was 10:01. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Here's a reminder off top that all of our shows are brought to you by our dear friends at Stand Up and Fight Back, Big Cartel. Brought to you by our friends at the 5XL. That's television, satellite, and radio. Also, don't forget, you should be watching this show right now and every day for the rest of time on urbansurvivorman.com, home of the Aloha Wall Walker logo, the best logo in the business. Also, don't forget, if you got a mullet on your head, that's great. If you got a mullet in your heart, that's even better. Sick mullet, polarized, UV, customized, fashionized eyewear. Also brought to you by Shane McLemore Toys. Shane McLemore Toys, because sometimes adults need a Lamborghini Terry doll. Also, don't forget, kids, fake Crocs. Fake Crocs. They're like real Crocs, but they'll break. And here's a reminder that every time I smoke pot, we're smoking it out of a nice piece of Binger Glass Designs custom glass. Got this right here. Look, got the little dab bowl on it. Been doing dabs like a crackhead. We're going to do a little more of those today. No! Okay, look, here's the problem. I got one big lighter. One big lighter, and I don't know where it is. So, it's it's one of those days where your lighter don't work. You know, that's the first thing I ever. Also brought to you by 33 Bird Plaza, an actual plaza for birds. Don't forget about 33 Plaza. I have something that I want to bring up before we get too started. A dear friend of mine passed away over the weekend. And I know a lot of you might be like, oh no, who died? And some of you guys, anyways, Boop died, yo. And a lot of you might be like, who's Boop? Boop was my best cow friend. I know it might seem stupid to you, but so last year at the sanctuary, Boop's mom Betty. Last year at the sanctuary, Boop's mom's Betty she lived on a cattle ranch, and so whenever Betty had a baby, they would take Betty's baby and they would send her off to slaughter. But then when we moved the sanctuary from Ocean View to South Point and moved to the huge new property, the rancher next door was like, yo, this cow Betty, she's pregnant again, and we've already given 6 of her babies. We've already given 6 of her babies to the slaughterhouse. And so the dude was like, you know what? How about we just give you this? How about we just give you this this mama cow that's pregnant? Look, I'm gonna show you something. Boop was born into freedom on September 4th, 2019, just one day after her mom Betty was surrendered to us from a cattle rancher. Boop knew nothing but love from the moment she was born. She loved chin scratches and hugs and her best friend, Dream. Betty was a loving, doting mom to Boop, the first baby from many births that she got to keep. Oh, it didn't even come up? You can't even see it? You can't even see it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's Boop. So, for anybody who's listening to this in the podcast form, or who doesn't know much about me, when I first started actually working at the When I first started working at the animal sanctuary, Boop had just been born. I missed her. I missed her birth by a couple of weeks. But I was one of the first humans she ever knew. There she is, look. I used to walk that land with her. She was born free. She was born free, even though she gave her life. Even though she gave her life for whatever. Nobody knows how she died, right? Nobody knows how she died, but I'm trying to see if I got some pictures of boobs somewhere. Oh, man. Let me see. Sorry anybody's listening to the podcast service. This is probably slightly annoying, but you can just imagine what a live cow looks like, and then I guess you can imagine what a dead cow looks like. And hold on. Let me see if I can't get in the background and try to find. Yeah, man. I'm super flexible. Hey, so I just agreed to marry these strangers. Yeah, so I seen this dude on the internet. He was like, "Hey, does anybody know a minister that can marry us, me and my fiance today?" And I looked at the dude's Facebook, and it looked like he had a decent amount of trauma in his life. So I told him, I was like, "Look, homie, if you and your fiance get it together, you could just come meet me at my apartment and I can marry you guys real quick for free. And my neighbors could just be your witnesses." And then he just hit me back. It just needs a little more time because he's at work. So it looks like I'm gonna marry some people today, hopefully. It's so crazy, like what's the difference between the animal that I'm sad about right now and the difference between that human that I'm sad about right now, right? This whole planet is just full of just ways to just harden your heart, just to make the most empathetic and compassionate, sensitive person just jaded and cynical. It's so crazy to me, man. This world could be so beautiful. You could lay in the grass and just eat bananas with the animals. You don't need to hurt these kids. You don't need to hurt these animals. You know what I thought about last night? I thought about those people that say, "Well, you know, I tried to be a vegetarian one time, but, oh man, you know, I didn't like it." Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares if you didn't like it? You know who really didn't like it? You know who really didn't like it is that cow that's your hamburger now. But it's not even a cow. It's like if you were just some bully that just like found cows and punched them really hard in the face and then just started eating their leg, right? Like you're a bear or something. That's cool, I guess. But why do we have to factory farm them? Why do we have to keep them in fear? Why do we have to steal their babies? Fuck. Man, this planet just fucking rips at my soul. I can't imagine how hard it is for you other people that. I can't imagine how hard it is for you other people that don't have all these blessings that I have. I'm so blessed, and yet I can barely. You getting an echo again, Anthony? That makes no sense today. I only have one input even plugged in. Right, let me gain my composure before I bring on Josh Larsen. Man, then a motherfucker, look, we talking about how precious life is or how nice you have to be to each other. And then the dude goes up in the shoppers club or whatever and kills 10 people. Man, really, the cows should be eating us. How do the rest of you even deal with it? Like, I'm a super optimistic person. But my level of optimism and my level for hope is crazy high. Like my hope that someday this will all be better propels me. But how about those people that just keep getting shit on? How about the bad luck people? How are these people supposed to even survive on this planet without losing their mind? And then when you lose your mind, then what do? Then you want to hurt others as bad as you're hurt, right? Because you want other people to feel what you're feeling. And then people just start shooting each other. Okay, I think I know what's going on. I think I actually need a new microphone. I think I dropped this one the other day. Yeah. So I guess that would mean more Josh Larsen, less of me makes for a better show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for not just one of the Tuesday guys, not just a Tuesday guy. We're talking the single best Tuesday guy that's ever come on. Y'all do it for Josh Larsen.
Good morning, man.
You know,
I love that you were like, how's my mic echoing? And then all of a sudden it was like, well, okay, I might have dropped it.
So yesterday's echo I blamed on the fact I was using two cameras, and the second camera has a tiny bit of feedback, and so I thought that's what people were picking up on, but I really think I broke something metal inside the microphone. I think. Fuck, it's heavy, man. It's kind of a heavy microphone, so yeah, I might have to. I could probably just get a screwdriver and tighten it. I don't know, man. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I was gonna come in with a little bit different energy until I heard your morning story. That was a
sorry.
One. No, it's all good, man. It made me reflect because growing up, we had a pet cow, and when we lived in Gresham, we had the acreage for it. And then I remember the cow just being gone, and my folks told me that they just gave it to somebody who had a bigger farm. And that made sense. Like we lived in a world of less schwab, so having beef in the freezer made sense. I just thought we got tires. And it was like 10 years later, I had to ask my mom about that cow. And she just kind of like, oh. It's like, oh, wow. I'm that guy that fell for it.
I've always wanted to meet somebody that would fall for that. Like, where are these people at that fall for this shit? Wow, Josh, they say you have a bad echo now.
Uh-oh.
Let me make sure. Let me close a couple things, man. All right, hey guys, recite the Emancipation Proclamation real quick, Josh.
What? I don't know the Emancipation Proclamation.
What? Boy, I tell you. All right, so yeah, the cow's dead, but like, here's the weird thing, man. How? Well, because my perspective on the world changed, right? Nothing else in the world changed. Nothing else in the world changed, right? I eat hamburgers, I eat bacon, I eat steaks. I love them. I cook them. I throw meatloaf parties. I throw taco parties. We make burritos. We devour the flesh of other sentient creatures, and that's great, right? Then nothing else in the world changes except me. I do like this. And now the world sucks so bad. That's some bitch shit. That's like when somebody gets woke and then starts telling everybody, "Do you know that Jesus portrayed in the pictures is actually the Pope's son?" Like, what? Shut up! Like, who cares? Like, do you know that July was actually created by Julius Caesar? Like, what? Stop. And now I care about factory farming and hog farms and fucking red algae blooms and fucking agricultural over fertilizing and shit. Like, stop it. Stop it. It's been the same world, bro. You just changed your shit. You could dumb down if you wanted to.
I mean, hey, that's how each movement gets started, though, right? One person decides to take a lead, get going.
Man, that would be dope if I could be Greta, but I feel like the sins of my past are the turds of my future. I've eaten a lot of meat in my life. Yo, what's the thing you do with your life that you wish you could stop?
Wait.
What's the one thing you do that if somebody came up to you and said, "Man, you should quit," you have 10 fucking excuses ready for why you don't quit, but in your heart, you know you should quit.
Oh yeah. It's sweets, chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hands down. Dude, I've been like dieting. I'm one of those where I can fluctuate 20 pounds in a month, no big deal. And I'm always like, I gotta try and stay fit. And then I buy the big bag of M&Ms because I think I'm gonna have just a little bit and then go about my day. And then 2 days later, I'm buying another big bag of M&Ms. So.
Hey, guess what? I just found a setting that I think fixed all the echoes.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think that took care of it.
Could you tell?
Yeah, I could hear myself coming back at me.
Okay, hey guys, Anthony, Marty, where's Finda today? Are we missing Finda? Uh-oh, Finda's late. Sarah's in the house. I've seen her. Erica's here. It's great to have you join us, Anthony. Let me know, you guys. I think we might have fixed the echo. That's great, because I was like, oh my God, where am I going to find time to price and shop our new microphone? This microphone's been all over the country with me. This microphone's done shows in D.C., Florida, New York City, Houston, Texas, San Diego, Hawaii, all those places. I don't want to get a new microphone. I'd rather get a new trachea. Yeah, so sweets. I'm sorry. So sweets. Tell us about sweets again.
It's just M&Ms mainly. Like sweet. I guess sweets. I like to bake with my kid. That's a father-daughter thing we do is baking. But the problem is I do co-parenting and she's only with me for like a week and then she's gone a week. So if we don't eat all the cupcakes or cookies that we make while she's here, then when she leaves, it's just me. And I eat the rest of the cookies and the cupcakes when she's gone because I can't stop myself. I don't have that kind of self-control. I can stop smoking.
Are you one of those parents that won't let your kid take the cupcakes back to their mom's house? Like, these are dad's house clothes.
Oh, no, dude, I'm the opposite. We're taking at least 3 cupcakes to mom's to show what we did. That's right. Daddy can bake, baby.
Man, when I was a kid and we would do custody, we would there would be certain stuff that'd be like, your mom never sends you with good stuff, so these are clothes that you can only wear here or whatever. These are toys you can only play with here. Like, man, that's man.
I will say I got lucky. I never had to deal with like the custody stuff growing up. My folks are still together, But my girlfriend went through it, and she was on point because that was one of the things she said. She said she hated all the rules about taking things back and forth. It felt so weird. And so for my kid, it's like, hey, if that's what you want to take, cool. You take it. Do your best to bring it back. But like I got lucky is I got somebody coaching me along to make sure I do the right things, or at least not as many of the bad things.
Sweets are crazy. Do you drink?
Not a lot. Like I don't know. There's something about I'd rather have fruit punch or Kool-Aid than a beer. I just smoke a bowl.
Man, when I quit drinking, I had to consume a lot of sweets, man. I still kind of do sometimes, even with 1,000 days of sobriety. Some days I'll really want to drink, and I'll be like, instead, let's eat 10 cupcakes, right? or 10 Twinkies or 10 Ho-Hos. I just wish I usually will just smash a couple boxes of the raspberry donuts, the white powdered ones.
Yeah, those are good.
I hate all the extra packaging. Like every time a cupcake, I gotta reopen one. Every time I want a ho-ho, I gotta open that shit. At least it's not the old school ho-hos where you can smoke meth on your wrapper after you're done, right? You open a ho-ho, you're like, hey, who wants the ho-ho? I just wanted the aluminum foil. Anyways, to Sarah, you missed half the show only. So Josh is a good dad. He wants his baby's mama to get big, so he always sends a couple cupcakes home with her. You know, what else? Well, what would be number 2 on your list real quick, Josh?
I don't know. That's hard. I guess just like being idle. That ability to sit. I have that ability to sit and play video games for like 3 or 4 hours and not realize 3 or 4 hours went by. And I know that is a huge holdback. I don't know. Otherwise, like, I don't know. I quit smoking and chewing tobacco. I had been doing that for like 10 years. And I just said, all right, I'm done, and just stopped. And oddly, I was one of those people that could just do that. And so now I'm just kind of, I don't know. I do all right. I don't do too much. I smoke a lot of weed, but I don't think that hinders me. That helps me. So
Rarely do I say to myself, I should quit smoking meat. But a lot of times I'll scream at, I should quit smoking weed, but a lot of times I'll scream at myself that I should quit smoking meats. Right.
Do some smoked salmon. Oof.
Well, brisket.
I haven't had a brisket in 15, 16 years. Holy cow, that sounds amazing.
Man, right? You know, so as I get older and try to be a better person, I cross stuff off my list, right? Like, okay, let's quit drinking. Let's quit doing cocaine. Kinda. Let's quit smoking cigarettes. Let's quit gangbanging. Let's quit selling drugs. Let's quit fucking watching TV. Let's quit watching sports. Let's quit fucking not recycling. Like, I just keep crossing shit off, right? But the one from the very beginning has always been meat. Like, I would rather still drink, still fucking smoke and do drugs and smoke cigarettes and wild out and not eat meat than I would not do the other shit and eat meat.
Meat's such a hard one because, like, you know, I agree with you in the way of as somebody who doesn't eat meat. Like, I didn't quit for the animal part of it. Afterwards, you start to see some of the benefits of that, and like you realize the things you're not putting into your body. But there's that bit of it is so hard sometimes to be vegan or vegetarian. It's expensive. We're blessed to live in Portland where it's not as hard, but other cities it's ridiculous. I went to Montana and there was nothing on a restaurant's menu I could eat without getting meat taken off of it. So it makes it hard because some people, you know, people were raised a certain way. There's certain things in our diet. I get that part, but it's definitely doable.
Just eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
That's what I do. I just eat peanut butter and freaking honey sandwiches every day, man. Sometimes maybe I'll fucking get real special and make a thing of powdered mashed potatoes and just eat that out of the pot. But it's mostly just like an orange and a banana and some Triscuits. I don't know, man. It just sucks. I just feel so bad for Boop. Dead anyways, man. Yo, speaking of bowls of rice, our vegetarian, we got 4 rice bowls to the dome. It is the bottom of the hour. This is Coffee and Bong Hits. That is Josh Larsen, aka Shut Up Stupid 13 on all your platforms. And this is Red Panda. We'll be right back.
Every time. I got nervous on that one.
Oh, man. You know, that dude shot 10 fucking people yesterday. And nothing that he... Man, we'll go into that in a minute. Like, there's just no value for human life at all, or animal life, or plant life, or aquatic life, or I guess even bird life. The only thing is bugs. The fuck you need your meat for, Anthony? You need your meat. Man. Man, that's some weak statement right there. I need my meat. Come on, man. You don't. Nobody needs their meat. What is that, man? Anyways, so I wanted to play the new Timmy Turn Up because you guys know that at every day at 10:35 a.m. we play independent dope hip hop music videos from man, I'm not even gonna look at the comments. I'm gonna leave the comments off. If meat people are if they're gonna start heckling or whatever, man, I'm gonna lean back on that.
That's one of those, man. You can't. It's so hard to push vegetarianism on people because they are it's one to fight, and it's I've learned through the years. You don't. Yeah. People are going to eat meat.
That's why I'm not even going to look at the comments, man. That's like people going, I need the football so I can relax. I need to take
what else are we going to do on Sunday?
Man, if only they invented mountains or oceans or something to fucking go be a part of. Man, a lot of people just don't realize how valuable their energy is, their own personal energy, and how you got to protect that at all costs, man. Like, you got to refill it. You got to watch out for it to be depleted, you know, and people wonder, they're like, man, why don't I get lucky breaks? Because you're walking around with low energy, you know, and if you listen to any of the learned people, if you listen to any of the smartest people, the Buddha, the Dalai Lama, any of these great people that do incredible shit, they'll tell you that the only currency that really has value is your energy, right? Then on the other side, if you go hang out at a laundromat or a community college or the fucking unemployment office, you're going to find a shitload of fucking people that tell you how important football is. And they'll be talking about The Walking Dead, and they'll be fucking going, I love bacon. Oh, bacon, right? There's just intersectional values that enlightened people share and unenlightened people share. And that's why I've always wanted to stop doing it, because I value being enlightened to a degree, right? Like, bro, could you imagine Snow White? She's just out in the forest singing to the animals. They fly up on her arm, and she just eats one of them. Yo, it's 10:35. You know, Swiggle got new shit out with his fam. The whole Hendrix family got new shit out. But this was kind of in my head when I woke up this morning. So this looks like it's just Swiggle's verse. I can't find the whole verse. There we go.
shake down for whatever I need. All you wanna do is get freaky, freaky, yeah. Whatever you need, your name. All the other niggas ain't shit. Hey, maybe you the shit you really need.
You all there like the 90s show. Backstage at my show, we was grinding slow. This is what I grinded for. Chilling with your fine ass, twisting up the finest road. Me and Slim at the gas station asking for a fill up. How these niggas went and got some money and they still suck. They can't pass the real nigga test. All they followers fake like a gigapet. Plus these niggas boring as shit. Who was riding through LA like Lauren and them? Them hills compliment your frame differently. The club sent to champagne bottles complimentary. Texting you a 4-page note. You want in the middle, you wanna rock your boat. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? I love you like a good meal right after I smoke for real.
Bad bitch, pretty in petite, looking pretty in petite. It was made for a G, yeah. Shawty, I'm slimming queen. You shake down for whatever I need. All you want to do is freaky, yeah. Whatever you need. All the other niggas ain't shit. Maybe you the shit that I need.
Oh, whoops. What's up, everybody? Hello, Patrick people. Yo, that was part of the new Swiggle. It got lost. We got confused. That was a terrible intro, a bad startup. Man, I want to get back to where we were, though. Like, just the value of life on this planet is just nuts to me. Like, the lack of it. Do people think that it's not rare? Like, take a fucking telescope and point it as far as you can and try to find a duplication of those kind of efforts, right? Like, life itself is so freaking impossible. The other day, I took a tomato and I chopped it up and I threw it in the frying pan with some onions and some garlic, right? Sizzling in the oils and shit, right? I could hear the tomatoes screaming. I'm like, well, sorry. Everybody screams in some way. But then I looked, and that tomato had 4 little babies. Had 4 little tiny babies that had sprouted out of its seeds. And those babies are now laying in the oil just going, ah, right? So I reached down with my hand, and I rescued these babies, and I burned my fingers, and I was like, oh, shit, babies. So I grabbed the babies, and I pulled them out. And 3 of them died, but 1 of them survived. And that little baby started growing, and it was growing, and it still had the little seed on top of its head. And then I was like, oh, here, let me help you take off that helmet. And I ripped his whole head off. So now it's just 1 little stick of a tomato stem just growing, but it's still growing. It's growing. And it's like, okay, look, how resilient is that tomato, right? How incredible that it wants to live on this rock flying through space at a gajillion miles an hour in this impossible reality. And we just killed it, ate it, told it to fuck off. How does any of that make sense? How do we reconcile the consumer? Like, I don't.
We're in too much of it's a me society. I mean, you look at everybody, we're all focused on ourselves. There aren't enough people worried about the tomato babies in with their garlic and their onions in the world. There's people just worried about that they're going to eat that tomato baby because it's going to go really good with the bacon and the ham that they have sliced up behind them. So not enough people in the world are looking out for others. We're all worried about this me game, and that's all it is. We're all trying to come up in the world. I mean, I'm no hypocrite. I'm doing it. I'm always trying to come up. I go do stand-up shows so I can get better. I don't care about the other people there. I go do things so I can progress, so my family is taken care of. It's not the way we should be living life, but it seems to be the way that a majority of people go.
That's why it's so hard to root for people. You know, so I learned this shit the other day, man. Like, there's 3 levels of 3 basic levels of where our life is, man. We are in the video game. we are playing the video game, and then we are part of the video gaming community, right? And so I used to think that, okay, so this is the video game. What we're in right now is the video game, right? You're the avatar Josh, I'm the avatar Jessie, and that's what we chose, and we made our custom guys, okay? Then when we close this, when we die, you and me are still sitting on the couch in heaven or wherever the hell it is, right? Where all the video games are, in the arcade, in wherever we want, man. In the hippies' basement, smoking pot, playing the first John Madden game, right? Like it doesn't
like
matter.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Huh?
Like Wreck-It Ralph. They all hang out in the one area and then they go to their games afterwards. It's a Disney movie. I got a kid, man.
I stopped watching Disney movies right when Pixar started getting famous. Right. It's like Tupac. I'm only down with pre-Thug Life Tupac, and I'm only down with pre-Bug Life Pixar.
Yeah.
Thug Life and Bug Life, that's where I draw the line.
That's the cutoff.
Thug Life and Bug's Life, yeah. But yeah, so then there's like this responsibility that we all have to each other, right? And it's not that we are all eyeballs on one potato. It's that we together create the greater. And I'm really struggling with how that works through a myopic perspective, right? And how being a selfish person, like you said, I mean, we all want that, right? I mean, if there's one apple and 10 starving people, then you should eat the apple out of the basic need for self-preservation. But isn't it better to give that apple to a child and die? Is it better to give the apple to a child and die, knowing that you died with valor, that you died with honor, that you gave away something so temporary and didn't find value in the temporary nature of your vibrating atoms, right? Mm-hmm. 10 out of 10 times, bro, I would die. Unless they needed me to go fight Goliath.
Well, see, that's where I'm at.
Goliath.
The selfish man in me is like, well, hold on. Do I have things going on? Like, do I have a shop that I need to run? Because if I got a shop I need to run, this kid ain't going to take my place running the market. I got stuff to do. So if I got nothing going for me and I'm an old man, yeah. And it's that fear of not knowing what the afterlife is. Because we don't know what it is after that, I want to make sure that my time here is spent as best as it can be for me until I know what's going to happen afterwards. If I knew that I was going to go to heaven and there was all this, yeah, I'll give away all my stuff. It's no big deal. I'm going to go kick it in this cloud-based thing, and I'm going to do that. Or it makes it easier, but not knowing makes it hard.
But you're going to die regardless. It's not like
Right.
if you eat all the apples, it's going to prolong your life indefinitely so that you'll be able to avoid the inevitable.
Well, I mean, but maybe that one apple leads to more apple seeds and I can grow more. And then that attracts these birds that came out of nowhere. We didn't know the birds were there, but the apple, because it's the what ifs that get people. And I'm one of those suckers for a what if. I don't want to miss out on something because what if, right? Anything can happen.
Remember when you were in Little League and they had you sell those world finest chocolate bars?
Oh, yeah. Did
you eat them all? And then your parents would just have to cover for you?
I ate a large chunk of them. My folks would take them to work, and their coworkers would like put a 5 in, but just take one candy bar just because they didn't care about that. And so I would count up the extras and then make sure that those candy bars stayed in my bedroom. You don't hit 8 home runs in your season without some chocolate power, you know?
Chocolate thunder. Man, what are we going to do? The shootings are just going to keep getting worse. And then instead of any kind of actual visionary response from any kind of leadership structure that we have in this country, we're going to get a reactionary response, overreactionary response, right? Because the one thing that always holds true is society will never not go rabble, 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 rabble. Just like in South Park, man, we will always rabble, rabble, rabble. And it's unfortunate, but it's inevitable. You know, people are going to start screaming for gun control. And I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I started telling people to watch out for the term herd immunity, right? Now, this last week, I've heard on CNN multiple times the phrase, while we work to get every American vaccinated. Like, yo, that shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening. And people are going to wait until the last possible second to be proactive about it. Just like these shootings. Just like these effing shootings, man. They're not ever going to be proactive. Like, if we find out that dude bought that gun the same day again,
there's nothing that they do is proactive. And that's always been the problem. There's been so many signs pointing towards where we should be going or what we should be doing. This isn't anything new. We made jokes that during the pandemic, hey, look at that, no shootings, amazing, ha, ha, ha. It became a meme. And there you go. We get a glimpse of our lives back, and we already got another one.
I think I just read like 10 days in a row. 10 days in a row now we've had fucking shooting.
It's insane. I will say, and this is, I don't want to make jokes about a horrible thing, but how stoked were you that it wasn't a white guy, right? There was that little bit where it's like, thank God it's not another crazy white guy out there doing it this time.
Okay, I can tell you exactly where I was sitting in the bathtub this morning. Lucky guess because I live in the bathtub. But when I saw that it wasn't a white guy, I was actually super disheartened because white supremacy and the white industrial complex is going to hold on to that dude as evidence that it's not just white dudes, right? When really we have a sincere problem about white dudes. Like, remember a couple of years ago, there was a woman who she had some disagreement with a tech company, maybe Google, maybe Apple. I don't remember. She had some disagreement and she went into a building and she started shooting people. And it was anomalous, but it was still held up as it's not just men doing this. And I noticed one thing I did notice about that dude, even though his skin was not white, I noticed that he had MMA. He's an MMA fighter. So I'll be interested to see because the MMA is definitely white boy culture, right? That's definitely, even if you are a person of a different ethnicity, you're more likely to be a Trump supporter than not if you're immersed in the MMA culture, right? So
Sure.
I'm actually, most of the time I don't give a fuck about whoever it was that did the shooting, but this time I do kind of care about who did the shooting.
I get that on the way of, we got to make certain changes. It is that bit to show though that anybody can do it. It's open to anybody, and that's a part where
it depends who this is.
I don't know. I hate to make jokes during a thing, but I was at least excited to
I thought I asked
somebody
last
who
time
recently
to,
cut their hair short because they're
man.
going bald. It's tough out there every once in a while.
It's okay. No. Okay, thank you very much.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yep.
That better be Publishers Clearinghouse, you motherfucker.
Man, I can't pass up a phone call right now. I got so much money orbiting, so many things happening that when I get a phone call, man, that was actually a really cool opportunity, but that doesn't mean that after I told you to only correspond via email that I'm going to accept a phone call from you. His name's Giuseppe too. Like, Giuseppe, no, I told you.
I couldn't correspond with him over email because I couldn't spell his name right. That one's too tough for me. How many P's? There's like 2 P's, 2 S's, a few E's mixed in there.
In a row. Like, Giuseppe. Man, wait till you see what we're about to do, man. Do you know about NFTs yet, Josh? You know about non-fungible tokens?
I heard the skateboard guys trying to NFT him skateboarding TikTok video. That's
For
sadly
half
where
a
my
billion.
NFT knowledge comes from.
For $500,000.
Yeah, but they
Okay,
can't play
so-
the song. Like, what's the point? It's just him skateboarding quietly because they can't play the song on it.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous.
Wow, I did not know that part. So an NFT is what's called a non-fungible token. And inside the little computer shit, you don't have anything that represents these numbers. So people figured out that you can start using art to represent these numbers. So it's basically like creating your own quarter. It's just, hey, this is my quarter. And you draw your own face on the quarter and you go, this is my quarter. And you enter it into that math, the computer math. And then it gains in value as people collect them like baseball cards. So it could be a song. It could be a joke. But hey, nobody really working with jokes yet. That's why I got to answer these phone calls because I'm trying to build a coin. I'm trying to make every one of my friends a billionaire. Because remember, as kids, billionaires are pussies. Like, anybody can be a millionaire, but you can make $1 million even if you fucking suck. So look, we're trying to be billionaires out here, and there's ways to do it, man. And so I'm trying to build these things. And so that's why if I get a phone call from Canada or Germany or whatever, I'm probably doing international business.
I mean, I guess that's fair. If you got Germany calling, you got to pick up the phone. That makes sense.
This was Saskatoon. Fucking Saskatoon. I don't even know where Saskatoon is. If you put it on area code 306. And then the one before that was area code 202. Yeah, I don't even get regular phone calls anymore. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm about to. Oh no, wait! That dog face dude is live on TikTok right now.
Of course. Yeah. You wearing a vest? Is that really what he's doing?
Everybody always says, go make your own dance. We would love it. We'll follow you. We'll do your dance. If you do your own dance, make your own moves, and blah, blah, blah. I did that whole dance by myself, made it by myself. And nobody liked it.
Oh, man.
So like I said, I know you guys like me doing those.
I love it. People get on TikTok live thinking that they have fans on there who want to like cheer for them. We're not cheering for you, you idiot. We want to make fun of you a little bit on TikTok.
I just
have art up.
Yo, come for dog face, stay for the Lionel Richie, right?
How does he have
Oh
a
shit!
bare
That's probably gonna get me shut down.
Armadillo legs are classic.
Oh, armadillo legs wrapped in bacon. Oh, why you got to be that person? Oof. Armadillo legs wrapped in bacon. That's awful.
I gotta say though, Dogface man, how does he not have a picture up on his wall? If you're gonna live stream from a room, how do you not have something up in the background? This dude makes money and he's just got his laundry spread across the floor. You can't buy a hamper. Capri gives him a truck and he can't buy a laundry hamper. That's ridiculous. Man, that's why they're gonna be only TikTok famous and they won't hit the next level. Next level people get laundry hampers.
Bro, what's the most you ever got on TikTok?
Like 50 views. It's nothing. Nobody wants to hear me ramble on TikTok. TikTok is all about seeing people do stupid things and dancing. Nobody wants.
I always die, no matter what I do. It always dies at about 170 or 180, right? Like I got 30, 40 videos or it just dies at 170, 180. And then I got like 2 that went over 1,000 one time. And I got one from like a week ago that's like sitting at like 600. But for the most part, I just can't break through, man. Like,
now, I don't have that kind of time of day to it. That's one of those things is I hate when I started TikTok realizing that the way to get more views on TikTok is to TikTok every hour. And like I have a life. I'm an adult. I have stuff to do.
Like play video games. Play video games for sure.
Yeah, but that's from the time of like 1 a.m. to 4 or 5 a.m. I'm talking about during the day. I got adult stuff to do. You know, I got to mow the lawn after this.
You can make lawn mowing TikTok videos. Yo, soon I'll have enough time. Soon I'll have enough time just to make TikTok videos, man. But soon I'll be making them from a fucking boat. Bro, you don't even know what we're about to do. Check it out. So I'm going to drop the coin. I'm going to get everybody on the team a chunk of those coins. Those coins will be to buy a non-fungible fucking product from them, right? So I'll get every rapper to write me an original verse, or I'll get every comic to give me an original joke, or I'll get all my artists to make a little painting, and then we'll turn all their shit into fucking coins, and then we'll blow that shit the fuck up, right? But when we first start with those coins, I will give 50,000 coins to the Sailboat Project. And then as these coins go up, the minute those coins hit $1, boom, now Oso's got $50,000 to buy the fucking sailboat. And then me and him are going to sail to the Marshall Islands to make a documentary about freaking microplastics and nuclear waste. And I'm going to sleep in hammocks on palm trees and shit. And then we're going to buy fucking deep ass jungle and build an Ewok village in Hawaii. And then we will fly people out to come live at our fucking property and create original NFTs. And then we'll create them like a series of Garbage Pail Kids, right? We're like series 1, and we'll host this whole gallery in our website, and people will be able to go in there with these tokens and be like, I really like that joke of Josh's. It's a 7-second video. But boom, one person owns it. And just like when you go to Christie's auction house or something and there's a certificate of authenticity, that's built into the blockchain. So nobody can steal it from you, or you could sue them. And here's the thing. The artist or whoever created it gets to set their own royalties. So every time that thing is sold, resold, or bought, a kickback from that transaction between 10% and 30% goes back to the artist. So you're creating long-term generational wealth by inventing your own baseball cards. It's so fucking nuts. I'm going to become a pro at it. Okay, you guys, we got to get out of here. I think we talked enough about news to still be in the daily news category. Josh, where can they find you?
Check me out on Twitter at ShutUpStupid13. That's where I'm at most of the time. Go to my YouTube page, Josh Larsen. Check out some of the Dying on the Inside. I have some new episodes coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Go to his TikTok. All right, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll try to get Diction on tomorrow. 5,000 G's. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
All day. Every day. I was gonna win all day. I was gonna win. I'm a champion, shining like a diamond. Call me Rocky, Muhammad Ali. On your box of Wheaties, Earth Cutter, Air Magazine. Second place, Mike. What you mean? You's a buster. What you mean? More Memphis. No thing. More Memphis. No 3 things. Winning. And more winning. I stay